Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and I'm back with some of the, all of the pockets and all the collage bits and pieces that we cut up in the last video. And I've finished some of them, made them up, sewn them up, and I'll just show you those. But I've got a whole pile here waiting to be decorated. Done a bit of preparation just to kind of speed things along and make sure it gets done in this video. But I'll just quickly show you the ones I have finished, just because some of them were just either really, really simple, like this is just one of the cards that from the kit that I just cut out, and I've backed it with some of the papers from from the kit and sewn around it, so it's really, really simple and basic. This is one of our corner pockets, just a kind of few little bits and pieces, bit of lace, bit of this dress formed and little flowers and sewn round it. So that goes that way. I'll just whip out the other one because I've done the two. So they kind of work as a pair in that I've got a dress form on that one as well, but they're not, they're not completely matching because they won't be together in the journal, obviously. But once I'd done one with the dress form, I thought, well, I'll use one on the other side as well. And I just quite like how they work, and they're just sewn around. Both got a bit of lace on and a little bit of embellishment. So that's those two. This one I was really umming and ahhing about this. I did not know what to do with this because it's a big square. Should I make it a journaling card? Should I make it a pocket? It seemed a bit big for a pocket. So I sort of think I might use it as probably as a corner tuck or something like that. And I used one of the cards, one of the embellishments that that I cut out, just to make a little pocket on the card. I may do a bit of further embellishment, but until I put it in the journal, I'm not quite sure which way it'll go round. So I thought, well, I'll leave it at that. Now I have sewn around it, so I think that just makes it look fairly finished. But there's definitely room to put a bit of lace or something on there, depending on which way round I decide to use it. This was one that was just, it was just a pocket like that. It was just cut out, and then I folded it in half and made it into a little booklet with some coffee dyed papers inside, just sewn down the middle, and a little bit of lace on the spine, and that's it done. So it's like a little notebook really, so that's quite cute. Not a great deal of embellishment on there, but it doesn't need it, it's so pretty already. Another little card that was just part of the embellishment kit, just backed and sewn around. This is one of the little tiny pieces. You'll see further along I actually cut down, I made a belly band, but I cut it down because I've made it a horizontal belly band instead of vertical, and this was the little bit I cut off the end, so I made that into a little diddy tag. And it's not sewn around. All I've done is I've done a bit, because it's so small, I thought I'm not going to bother sewing around it. I just did a little bit of faux stitching. In fact, I've done a bit of faux stitching on a few of these. I sort of got into the faux stitching mood. This is one from the kit. It's a postcard. And all I've done is I've added this little embellishment that I'd cut out of one of the pages of the sewing machine. Stamped the little needle there. It almost looks like it belongs. It just looks like it's part of the card, but actually I stamped that on there. I put an extra stamp with a bit of there was a stamp on there, but I just wanted to make it a bit more dimensional, so I put another one on top with a bit of paper behind it, and just a little bit of fabric embellishment just to pretty it up a bit really. Look, it looks a bit like it's a swatch to go with the, this is my fanciful brain, I'm thinking it's like a little swatch that goes with this picture in the background. So that's one postcard. So that can be used either as, I've backed it with some lined paper, so and it's already been sewn around, so I can use it either way, but probably as a journaling card. Another little diddy tag that I've just done a bit of faux stitching on, and put one of these cotton reel shapes on. There was quite a lot of those in one of the kits, and that's one of the little ones, so I thought that fitted on there quite nicely, and just a little bit of fabric on the top, which I've stapled on. Another tag. This was cut out of one of the, it was actually a bigger card, and I fussy cut round these little bits, which had some scissors and that on it, and I've stuck that on there with some lace behind it. And I thought, well, because they're two little button cards that have been featured, I've put some buttons on it and a little topper. And again, I've done faux stitching on this one because I thought it might be difficult. I didn't think to sew it before I put the buttons on. So I thought it would be quite difficult to put through the machine with the buttons there, so I thought, well, maybe a bit of faux stitching would work instead. And finally, there's another postcard. You may not remember this. When I did this before, it really confused me because the stamp that was on here, that was actually part of the card, part of the printed card, was on upside down. So I was like, which way around is this meant to be? But the scissors are all, and maybe it is meant to be this way up, but then it's at the bottom, and it doesn't make any sense to me. So I put another stamp the right way up on top, and then and it already had lots of printing on it, so I didn't bother to put anything else on it or behind it. I just covered up the one that was there to make it less confusing, and then I just added these little bits just to pretty it up a bit, really. So I like that, and so that's been backed as well and sewn around. So that's the ones that are done, because I wanted to try. I really want to try and finish all my embellishments today, because I think after today's video I'm going to be really getting into the Christmas mood, and I'm going to take a break from the sewing journal for a bit and really get myself into Christmas. I've already made a few things, so I really want to get started on my Christmas journal, so I want to get these done today. So I've done some preparation, and I'll just go through them and hopefully get them all finished. And if I'm not going to finish, I'll pause the video before we get right to the end of the hour, finish them off and come back and show you them finished. So with this one, these are a few little buttons that were part of one of the G-Curve freebie kits. And all I've done is taken some Nouveau drops and just done the because they had like a crisscrossy mark on them, I suppose, for where you would normally put the thread. So I just used some Nouveau drops to give them a bit of dimension. So I think that's they're both gold, and then there's a little bit of copper penny on this one because I thought it went with it. So the idea is I'm just going to put a little bit of lace across here and then just cluster the buttons. So let's get on with it with no further ado. Oh, look at that. It's a great big blob. It must have spilled out. There. Hopefully it'll come out now. I think I'll be alright using this for the lace, because lace works quite well with art glitter glue. Once I can get the art glitter glue to actually come out. Right, let's see if we can get it to come out here. There we go. Just put a little bit here, all around. So very unusually, I'm filming this on a Saturday morning. Normally Saturday is my laundry morning, but I've got the washing going, I've done the ironing, so I had a bit of time on my hands. So I thought, right, I'll get this video done because I've got quite a busy weekend ahead of us. So this way I'm clear, and then I know once next week starts, I'll be able to start on really throwing myself into Christmas preparations, well, journaling wise anyway, not much else. I'm not starting my Christmas shopping or anything mad like that, but I quite fancy spending November working on my Christmas journal, because that's you know, way ahead of where I normally would be. Wouldn't even be thinking about Christmas crafting normally at this early in the year, but I've caught the bug from everybody else on YouTube. So there we go. And actually, because I'm just doing this one journal, it'd be quite nice to have a bit of a break from doing it. I've been sort of working on this now for quite a while, probably a couple of months, I suppose. So just having a little break and doing something different would be really, really nice. This was actually, I'm using as a tab, another one of these little cotton reel things, and it's a plain one because a lot of them have actually got a pattern on, or a picture or something on it. So once you fold them in half, it looked a bit odd, but this is a plain one, so I thought it would work quite well on here as a little tag topper. There we are. So that's a little tag, all finished. Okay, one down. The next one is not quite sure how far I'm going to take this one. This is the Shabby Dabby Doodah pocket that we made in the last video, and I don't think it needs a lot of decoration. You know, once you put things in it, you're not going to see. So I'm definitely going to put this snippet. I've got a bag of snippets that I've made, and that was the snippet, and that was a little flower cluster thingy that I've got made of that pile of those as well. And I just thought it went rather nice on there, so I'll put that on there first. I might go for Fabri-Tac just to make sure it does stay on, because I'm going to use that to put the snippet on anyway. So let's get the Fabri-Tac in action. How are we doing? Oh, yeah, it's working. I actually planned it, laid it down in advance to sort of try and minimise the amount of time it took me to get it to start working. I'm just going to put that little flower in the middle, and that looks dead cute, and it goes really well with the colour scheme of the fabrics. And then just put a little bit of Fabri-Tac along here. Right. Ooh. There we go. There we are. Feels quite weird, almost a bit naughty to be crafting in the morning, because I don't normally do that, as I say. I normally feel a bit like I need to get jobs done first, and then I can go and have my fun time. But we've got some things we have to do this afternoon, so I'm allowing myself a little bit of crafting time this morning. Right, I cut these buttons out of one of the... It was one of these... In the kit there's a whole load of button cards. I can't remember if I'll see if I can show you one of them. And I've used some, but I haven't used them all. There were so many. Where is it? Can't find one now. There we go. This sort of thing. I had a load of cards with like button cards. And I've used this, and I might still use these as journaling cards. I have backed them, so they may still be, could be still sewn. I might keep those out and use as journaling cards. But there's only so many button cards you can use in one journal. So I did cut out some of these just to see how they looked. Perhaps on, perhaps put one up here. Maybe that'll be enough. Or a little cluster in the middle. Or I've got this as well. Maybe that would. A little bit of fabric that I've stamped on. Not sure about that one. So, no, I think I might just do this one and see how I feel. I think it's enough. I think because it's quite pretty paper, I'm not sure it really needs an awful lot of embellishment. Because I'm going to be putting a tag in there, and it's going to be stuffed with things, so I think put too much embellishment on, it'll all be lost anyway. So I don't think it's really necessary to over embellish this particular pocket. I'll put a little bit of... Just put this little button in the corner, just to enhance that a little bit. Oop. Okay. That'll do. Little button. Okay. That one's done. And right, I've got this put by for some reason. Oh, I know what it was. So that's another one of these button cards. I think that's I love this one actually. I think that's really pretty. It has been backed. It may need to be sewn around. I'll probably do a load of sewing after the video and then come back and show you them at the end. Now that's right, I've got this pocket that we made. Well, actually, this was the one I made as my prototype. The one I made on camera, I decided was just a bit too big to use in my journal. So I've used this one, which I didn't perfectly fold the first time around. So it's got a couple of places where it's been folded and had to be refolded. But I'm hoping by the time I've put some bits and pieces on it, it won't really notice. So I've got this bit of fabric. My plan is this bit of fabric here, and I'm not sure where I was going to put. I think I was going to put that bit there and just pop that in. I'm not sure where this one was going to go. Maybe at the top. So I work it all out and then I put them all together, and then I've now got to remember what I decided to do. So I think it's going to go like that. And then I've got another little cluster here, and another one of my little flowers. It's going to go here. So I think that will look all right. So let's get sticking. So the idea is that I'm just going to just stick everything on without having to think about it too much, because I can be indecisive to the nth degree when I'm actually trying to decide what I'm going to do, which is why I thought I won't actually do it all from scratch on camera, because we'll be here all day trying to make my decisions. As it was, it took me probably a couple of hours just to put those few together, you know, just to decide what I was going to put on them without doing any of the sticking or anything, just to make the decision. So I thought that really would mean we wouldn't get much finished if I did all that on camera. This way at least you get to see the finished items all ready to go, and then all I'll have to do is decorate the journal, which I think I will really enjoy doing, especially if I've had a little break from making it. I think I'll put the glue on here. Okay. Now, if I lay that down, hopefully it won't go everywhere. I'll keep an eye on it. Right. And this piece handily had the was already zigzagged at one side. I didn't even have to do that. It was just a piece sitting in my scrap box, and I thought, oh, that will fit quite nicely in there. I mean, obviously I cut it just to fit, but this piece was just sitting there waiting for me to use it, and then I've matched everything else up to it. That's right, that was the other thing I was going to... Oh yeah, I forgot. I was going to put a bit of this on as well, on the edges. Maybe I should have done that first. I could put that over afterwards. Maybe that, yeah, that goes afterwards better. I think that's why I left it there. Let's cut that off. There. I want to edge all the pockets with this little bit of lace, so I'll do that next, I think, although I should probably do it after I've stuck these bits on. Try and get it in the right order. I probably is the right way around to do this second, so that it just covers the edges. There we are. Would have moved that a little bit out of the way if I had thought about it in advance. Maybe I can just, perhaps I can just tuck it under. Will it? Tuck under there, maybe. Alright, that one. Yeah, I think that's alright. Put my little flower on top and then we're good. Stick it all down. Okay, where's the next bit? So I've got that bit and I've got that bit, and then I think, yes, and then I think I will put the lace over the top. So if I tuck that in there, now put this piece on. It was just another piece of scrap I thought I'd like to put on it, because again it's in the colours just go, and I thought, oh, I'll just pop that in there. Just another little layer of texture and colour. Because this one, it is a little polka dot. You probably can't even tell on camera that it's a polka dot. But it is a little bit of a white polka dot on there. So it does look a bit plain. So I just thought this would make it look a little bit more interesting. There we are. Let's pop that in there. Let's just check how that looks. Yeah. Maybe I'll try and move that up a little bit. Don't want it to get completely lost. And then I can move this over a little bit. And that goes there. Yep, okay. That'll be fine. Yeah, man. And ooh, a little napkin on there. Get out of the way. There. Okay, that'll do. Funny paper. I'll just pop in there. Because again, it's another one of these button cards, and I've just cut it down so it fits in. And then I'll just put this little bit of lace across the pocket. Just want to wipe this off. Right, goes up there. There's a mark on that side. Make sure I don't use that side. Don't think it shows. That should be right. Just tuck it under a little bit. There we are. That edges that pocket. And then I'll put another piece. I've already put a little butterfly on there. I don't think I'll bother with the other two pockets. Don't think it needs it. And it had already been inked with some, what's it called? Dried marigold. I just thought that, you know, showed up the edges of the pocket quite nicely. And it was quite a pretty colour. Would go, you know, it goes quite well with the rest of the journal anyway, so it seemed a good colour to use for inking it up. There we are. And again, I'll just tuck it, just try and tuck it in a little bit. There, hope I haven't stuck the pocket. Nope, okay. Tuck it under there. Stick that there. And then I'll just do this piece and maybe that piece, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll do that last. I'll do that one, that might be enough. We'll see how it looks. Getting a little bit of leakage, but at least it's flowing. Yeah. Oh, can't stand gluey fingers. Okay. Pop this in here. Oops. Just tuck it under a fraction again. There we are. Right. Okay, I'll just do the little bit of trimming here and there. That one's alright. That one's alright. Need a little trim. And this one needs a little trim. Now, do I need a little bit on that one? That is the question. But does it look unfinished if I don't put that little bit there? Yeah, maybe I will just put a little bit there. Let's have a look. See if that just finishes it off. But then it looks like I need a bit there too, as well. But I haven't got a bit there. Yeah. maybe I'll leave it as it is. I think that's enough. Okay, so that's done. Right, next tag. Some of them, you see, I actually clipped them all together just so I've got all the bits and don't lose them all, because once you start piling them up and they start falling off, you think, well, what was I going to put where? So I just clipped all the bits and hoped that I remembered how I was going to actually construct it all. Of course, I've got to get the clip off as well. It's got cool. It's got a bit caught on the lace. Ah. Oop. Where's the end? Oh my goodness, I got myself in a pickle. Just bear with me one moment while I release this from its... It's funny how easily things get caught up and how hard it is to actually get them out again. It's like one of those puzzles you get in a cracker at Christmas. There we are. I didn't need that anyway. Right. So, what have we got? Got a bit of pretty lace to go at the bottom, so I'm going to do that bit first. Oop. Big club. Don't need that. Okay. Where's it going to go? Across here. And then I'll just do a little bit. Hope it's roughly in the right place. Right. Now, was I going to put that over? Oh, I think I was going to put that on there first. I'm trying to remember what I was going to do. Probably should figure it out before I start sticking things, shouldn't I? That was going to go on there. That was going to go like that. Is that going to go over the top? Maybe. Yeah. Okay, I think I can stick that down anyway. I might just tuck that in there like that. Okay, let's use the art glitter glue for this one. You can lie down, just don't go mad. Another one of the little cut-out embellishments from one of the kits. I think this might have been from the Hello Susan kit. This little one, little sewing machine, and I think this flower came also from the kit. I'll probably just trim that off, just angle that a little bit. Right. Okay, yep. Just makes a change to have a flower as the main focal point rather than sewing equipment, I suppose. I might just tuck that in there a little bit. There we are. Really wanted to angle it a bit so it shows as much of the sewing machine as possible. How about that? So you can see that it says sewing. Yeah, that'll be all right. I'll have to trim this off, unfortunately, but I think it'll be fine. And then I've got a little bit of pink lace that I got from the antique shop. Camera cut out again at half an hour, and I wasn't paying attention, so hopefully I haven't missed anything. I was just about to stick on this little piece of little bit of vintage lace. So I'll just pop a little bit of glue across there. So we've had half an hour. I hope I get it done. I'll have to keep an eye on the time, and then if it looks like we're in danger of not finishing, I will pause and finish off camera. And then I got this little crocheted doily and a pearl in the middle, and I thought I'd use that as my tag topper. So a bit of Fabri-Tac, put it on here, so then I can, it's not always easy to know where to put it on the actual doily, so then hopefully the doily will attach where I've glued. Okay, like that, I think. There we are. Well, the reason I got this out, that I remember, because I thought this went rather nicely in this pocket. I've just realised I hadn't done anything with this. I'm going to sew around it, but I rather liked it because of the colours, and also gives an idea of how it would look. It popped really nicely in there, so I'm going to leave it in there. Okay, and that tag's done, and it just needs a trim, and I'll probably sew around it as well. Next, it's got a little diddy tag. So I can get this paper clip off this time. So this is just a little one. So I've just got a couple of bits that I was going to pop on like that. A little bit of lace. Now, where was that going to go? Across the bottom, I think. Across there? Yeah. Right, so I'll do that first. There we are. And then I will, this is just a little ad from the magazine that I've got, just the Stitches magazine, just saying Creative Needlecraft Centre. So I thought, well, I can just have that little heading just popping out, and it just adds a little interest. Put that on there. Oop. And then I'll trim off. And perhaps I'll put it over a bit more. Like that. Yeah. And put this one on. I think everything has been, I think I did ink everything, or most things I wanted to ink. This one's been inked. Not going to worry about inking every single thing. Okay. Oops, upside down. There's a cute little girl with a cotton reel. So I thought that was nice. Pop that in there. Okay. And because it has a slightly yellow tone to that one, I've got a bit of this to use as my topper. Just trim it down a bit because it's, and I'm just going to pop that. But I might try and staple it. It's always a bit of a challenge holding it in place while I staple it, but we'll give it a go. If it doesn't work, I'll glue it. Probably won't be able to sew it then, I suppose, but it's quite small, so it doesn't really need sewing. I might do a bit of the old faux stitching instead. Okay, let's give this a go. Other people do this and it looks so easy. It always ruffles up when I try to do it. Come on. Or if I try to do it when somebody's watching. If I do it on my own, it doesn't go too badly. think I'm just making this look far harder than it needs to be. Let's try doing it from that angle. On that side. And I'll do another one. It's now at a bit of an angle. That's not great. Do one from this side. Okay. Never mind. That looks alright. It's on. Right, so that's done. And I'll trim it up, do a bit of faux stitching. Right. And here's this big baby. This is my journaling card. My big journaling card. So I've got a whole load of bits to go on here. Spent ages and ages trying to figure out what I'm going to put on here. I probably still won't like it when I've done it. As you can see, I've got all sorts of bits and pieces. Don't know whether I'm going to use them all. But we will see how it ends up. Right, so this is the journaling card. This is from the collage. So I thought I'd start with a piece of lace, but it was only wide enough to go over part of it, but I thought, well, that's okay. So I might just stick that on first. Just do a light coverage, really. And I do plan to sew around this, so it should be okay. And obviously I'm going to be sticking things on top as well, so it should all hold in place, I hope. Right, now I've got all these bits, and they're all sort of tonal. So I've got this card here. I don't even know if I was going to use that. I just trying things out, really. And I've got this spinning wheel which I rather liked, and I cut round it. And I don't even know where I was going to put all this stuff. Some buttons. And a bit of fabric. Just pop that behind there. I've got this little yo-yo, and I've put a pearl in it. That could go there. And then a bit of lace across the top. Now the only bit I'm really sure about is I want to put the lace across the top. So I think I'll just do that next. Yeah. Lemon glue. Right. That way it covers the edge of the lace, which didn't quite make it to the edge of the card, and it just gives it a nice finish. So that bit I'm happy with. The rest of it I'm not sure. Oh, I had a bit of doily as well, didn't I? I think the words overkill spring to mind. So I don't think I'm going to use everything. Maybe that bit of fabric, because I like that. And that card. Maybe. Little yo-yo. Really can't make this work. Maybe this bit of fabric stamping with the thimble. Maybe that's enough, I think, just to zhuzh it up a bit. Okay, let's do that. So just stick this bit of doily down first. Move everything along sideways. It'll hopefully, I can't remember where it all goes. Okay, and then the bit of fabric. For no other reason than I think it looks pretty. And then I'll put that there. I got a card. Yep. Okay. Okay. And my little yo-yo. Love that. Right. I'm going to put that there. Just because I like it. As good a reason as any to put it there. And then there's a little bit of fabric there. Okay, and what shall I use? I think I'll use this. Sorry, I might be off camera there, just a second. Was by putting the glue on the stitching, because I just stamped on this bit of cotton fabric and then stitched round it to give it a bit of an edge, and then when you put the glue on the stitches it keeps it from unravelling. Bit of glue there. Everything's leaking now, but never mind. At least it's flowing, that's the thing. Okay. I think that'll be alright, and I might not stitch quite across the top, because I don't know, I might be able to stitch across the top and go around. Give that a try. Okay, we're getting there. I did want to show you, because I can see I'm running out of time. I haven't got much time left, so I'll probably have to finish some of these off camera, because I've still got a few to do. But this was the one I was going to show you. This is the horizontal belly band. The reason this is going to be on inside the front cover, and I'll show you where I'm going to put it when I've finished, to tuck the bookmark behind, and I've also got a letter that I want to tuck in, so I'm going to put that on just inside the front cover. And I just thought, I just looked through all my snippets and I just thought this one was perfect. So that one is going there, and that is all I'm going to do. Oh, and I might sew around it. I wonder if I should sew around it first. Let me think. Should I sew around it before I stick the snippet on? That'll be alright, I think. I think it'll be alright. Now I've started. There we go. Just stick that on. I think there's still room to sew around it. There we go. I hope there is anyway. And if not, never mind. Okay, so that's the belly band done. Okay, another little tag. Oh, sort of a slightly bigger tag really, this one. It's a very pretty tag, even before I put anything on it, so I didn't want to overdo this one. So a bit of pretty lace there, I think looks really nice. I'm just going to put that on, but without covering up too much of the pretty stuff, I hope. Alright. I'm getting excited today because this evening is the first episode of Strictly Come Dancing. It's the first live one. We had the launch show last week, and it's my favourite show of the whole year. I absolutely love it. My husband even watches it sometimes, which I never thought he would. He's even started critiquing some of the dances as well. I think it's quite funny. And he looks at me and says, "Did I really just say that? Did I just say that was a good one?" Yeah, you did. You're caught up too. You're hooked. Like the rest of us. So yeah, I love it. Okay, so that's, oh, I love that bit of lace. That was some of the lace I bought from the antique shop. And then I'll just put that little girl on there. And then we're going to have a little topper. These are the toppers I made. You start with a 2-inch circle, fold the circle in half, take a 1-inch circle and just take out that bit and that bit. I did do it on camera a few weeks ago, and clip and just round the corners and makes a little topper. So I probably will do them again on camera at some point, but I just don't think I've got time to do it right now. And the original idea came from Rachel. Well, I don't know if she did it, if it was her original idea, but that's where I saw it. And it was a good way to make make a tab, like a whale tail tab, without actually having a whale tail punch. Right, so then I'm going to pop this on top as my topper. And to make it look a little bit more special, I'm going to put a button on it, like that. Don't know which side. No, it's got to be that side. Okay, come on. How are we doing for time? Right, I've got 10 minutes. So I will pause very shortly. How many have I got to do? I've got 1, 2, 3 more tags to finish. So there we are. Just pop that there. So I think what I'll do, just to make sure I get everything done, I'm going to pause and I'll come back very soon and show you the whole set. That goes in that one. Whole set finished. And then Christmas. Okay, see you in a minute. Hello, I'm back. I've now finished all the tags and sewn around them all, so I'll just quickly go through them and show you what we've got. These were the 3 that I hadn't finished on camera, that I didn't decorate, so they're only so there's this tiny little one here, and all I did was stick on a flower and a bit of doily and a little topper. I haven't bothered to do stitching them, and it's so tiddly, but it'll just tuck in somewhere probably. And then there's this tag, and I've just done a little bit of fabric, a little bit of lace and a butterfly and a topper on that one, all sewn round. I did a bit of zigzag stitching just across the bottom just to give it a bit of a, because it looked a bit plain across the bottom there, so I thought I'd make a bit of a feature of it. And then there's this tag. So this is one of the ephemera die cut ephemera pieces from one of the kits. This is one of my stamped ladies onto avocado paper, and I've just torn around her, put a little flower on, and used one of my flowers that I've made as the topper. I really like that one actually. I think that's really pretty, and it's because the actual tag itself was basically all just a lacy background from one of my digitals. It was fairly plain, so I put a bit more on the top there. Oh, and there's a little bit of lace across the bottom. So there we go. I like that one. All the rest of them you have seen. They've all just been sewn around. So this is my belly band, and I'll show you. I'll put these aside. I'll show you how this is going to go in the journal. I'll move these over. So this is the front of the journal, and the idea that I had, and I think hopefully will work, is I'll put it there, and you see the colour from the lace picks up the rose. The colours are the same colour as the roses in this, so I like the way that went together. And then I've got my bookmark, which I can have either way around. Again, I've got the same colour lace, but also the same colour in the flowers, so it'll work either way. And so that'll pop into the belly band there. So it'll be fixed down. And then I've got this this envelope which came in the kit, and I'm going to do a letter which I'll put inside, which will be for my friend, and I will tuck that in behind there. And then that's how it will be when she opens the book. So I think that would look rather nice. So that's the oh, sorry, excuse me, I've been eating nuts, and they always make me cough, but it doesn't stop me eating them. So that's my belly band, and I did manage to sew around it. It's not perfect, but my sewing never is, and so what the hell? Never mind. This is just sewn around here, and that went off the edge there. Not sure what happened. I just lost control. Yeah, so they've now all been sewn round. Oh, and that's a tag there, but I didn't sew around that one, partly because of the staples at the top, and because it's small I thought it probably didn't need it, and so I seem to have ended up with the same little girl on the two tags, but they won't go in the same place, and I like her anyway. And there's my journaling card, all sewn around, a bit all over the place, but never mind. And then this one, so it's been trimmed, the flowers have been trimmed off. Quite like that one. I think it's come out quite nice. And then these are the couple of cards that were just cut out, but because they're big, they're a bit bigger, I thought they'd make quite good journaling cards. They've just been covered with coffee dye paper on the back, and I've sewn around them to make them a little bit more finished looking. And then we had our pile from before that I showed you already, so I've got all of those. And then this is the box of stuff that I've made on most of it on camera up to now. So I've got quite a nice collection. It's probably far too much for the journal, but I'm ready to go. I think I've got everything I need to complete the journal now. I am planning to make probably maybe some ruffles or something. Probably do that off camera. Just a few things to pretty up the edges. Maybe some. I'll put some lace on. So there will be some decorating of the journal to happen as well. I think I'm going to probably do a bit of stamping with the stamps that I've got, because I haven't used my stamps a great deal, and I thought I'll do a little bit of stamping on some of the blank pages just to cheer it up a bit, make it a bit more interesting. So I'll probably do a bit of that on or off camera, not sure at the moment, depending on what time I've got. But I'm going to just pause with the sewing journal for the time being, have a little break from it, and come back when I've finished with what I'm doing for Christmas. So the next video you see will be my first Christmas video, and it will be looking at my journal from last year, just to just to tell you, show you what I did last year around Christmas, and then we'll launch into this year's journal. Okay, thank you very much for joining me for all of this craziness, and see you again soon. Bye bye.